Hey guys, this is Kevin for Pixavert.com. In this video, we're going to be creating this awesome black and white vintage portrait effect inside of Gimp. We're going to start off by working in 32-bit mode. So I'm going to go to Image, Precision, 32-bit floating point. Now you can choose whatever mode you prefer to work in. I'm going to work in 32-bit mode for this edit because we can, like Obama said. I'm also going to be running some commands using the search and run a command, and you can obtain that by hitting the / key on the keyboard. We're going to start off by running the mono mixer. So I'm going to type in mono mixer, and we're going to use that to convert to black and white. So for this particular image, what I found was that I needed to reduce the red channel quite a lot, and then the blue channel, and then to compensate by increasing the green channel. We're going to be going for a high contrast effect, so I found that I needed to really boost the green channel quite a lot. We're now going to hit OK, and the next thing we're going to do is to add a vignette. I'm going to add the vignette to a new layer. So we're going to go to Layer, New Layer, and we're going to put the layer on Linear Burn, fill it with white. Next I'm going to run the vignette command, and what I want for this image, let me just zoom out, is a pretty strong vignette. And what I found, if I reset this, I needed to increase the radius to about 1.6 and to drop the softness to about 0.7. But choose whatever settings work best with your image. Now, working in this way allows us to put the vignette onto a new layer, and then we can use the opacity slider to control how much of the vignette we see. In this case, I'm going to go for all of it. I'm going to actually choose merge down so that we end up with a single layer. Next, we're going to apply a grain to the image. So I'm going to bring up the GMIC plugin. I'll have a download link for GMIC in the description. Now, you will notice there's a problem here. There's this odd thing happening with the preview. That's actually quite a good thing because it allows me to show you a workaround. Let's cancel from here. And I'm going to go into colors and curves. What we're going to do is to just reset the curves so there is no effect being applied. Next, I'm going to go to this button here which says adjust curves perceptually. That one is currently selected. I'm going to select the one next to it which says adjust curves in linear light, and then we're just going to hit OK, and we're now going to go back into GMIC. Now GMIC should be able to work with 32-bit images, but that little workaround sometimes might be useful if you're working a linear light and you have that sort of problem with GMIC. It's just something useful to know. We're first of all going to sharpen the image, so I'm going to type in sharpen, and we're going to choose octave sharpening. I'm going to go in for a very, very gentle sharpening. Let's preview it. You probably won't be able to see much on the screen, but it's just going to help to preserve some of the texture inside the image. I'm going to hit apply, and now we're going to add the grain, and it's really the grain that's going to bring the effect of an old-time film or old-time photograph into effect. So we're going to type in grain, and we're going to go down to film emulation. I've already saved this as a favorite, which is why it appears up there. We'll go to film emulation, click on there, and what I found for this image was that we needed a fairly intense grain. So I'm going to give it an opacity of 0.65, and the scale is going to change from one image to the next. For this image, I found 0.90 worked very well. So that's before and that's after, and that just gives it that old-time grainy photograph feel. We'll hit OK, and there we have it. Kind of old romantic black and white photographic effect inside of Gimp. I think that grain, you can tell the impact that that grain is really having. One thing I want to do further is actually just to compare this with the original image. So what I'm going to do is to hit Control D on the keyboard to make a duplicate copy, and I'm going to undo all those changes, and then we can bring this in. There we have it. So this is the final image, and this is the original. And one thing you might notice as well is that there was quite a lot of banding in this area, and because we applied the grain, you really can't see that banding anymore. And even just a tiny amount of grain will actually make the banding just seem to disappear. So hopefully that's been of some use for you. It's a fun little edit. Try this with some images that you've got and let me know how you get on. That's going to be it for now. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos. I will see you later. Bye.